When my husband and I got married, we always knew we wanted to have a family. I'm an only child, he's one of 3. And so we were thrilled to learn that we were expecting our first child in 2004. For the most part, the pregnancy was great until I was at about 32 weeks, and when they do the centimeter measure of your belly, realized I wasn't measuring the number of weeks by the centimeter.
The room fell silent. They kept on remeasuring and they kept on rescanning, looking for certain, I guess, indications on how big the baby was.
And that's when we found out our daughter, Yara, had only grown to 29 weeks, basically, and she had to be delivered via emergency. It was really pretty scary. We just felt very much alone, and the idea of bringing your baby home from the hospital wasn't happening. We spent 2 months there. There's a lot of emotions that go with feeling somehow like you're inadequate, somehow like you don't know how this is going to turn out. Is there any hope possibly for this outcome? And just concern and worry about how will she be as she grows up as a little girl. When Yara was about 1.5 years old, we learned that we were expecting a second daughter, which brought us so much joy, and all through those specialized visits to doctors and everything, they kept telling us that she was perfect. We got to the point where it was about a week before her due date and went for a final checkup, and all of a sudden they prodded and looked and looked. There was no heartbeat, and it was 30 minutes of them placing the sensors to be able to do the heartbeat check.
We'd gone through so many struggles, and we thought this was going to be possibly the first time that we're going to have what you call a normal pregnancy, and it was going normally until that the last 2 days before we were scheduled for the C-section.
And the nurse broke out in tears, and I couldn't understand that. I mean, I suddenly just went into numb, and she said, "I'm so sorry, but she's gone." So I remember back to the time that not only we had Yara as a premature little one, but especially when Zaina was born, still almost 8 pounds. The community of people who came out to support both me and Malik, and we always both said, if there's anything we could ever do for those that go through such difficult times, that we'd want to make sure we do that. And so when I think about when I was involved, or when I was first asked to get involved with Hand to Hold, an organization that came to be many years after we'd had these experiences, I was thrilled for our community, and always knew that if there was some way that we could help out, we'd want to. And so it's frankly a privilege to know that sharing our story, as painful as it is to recount a decade later, can make a difference for other people. Yara today is a very energetic, happy, thriving 6th grader. She's 11 years old. She wears a size 8 women's shoe, and she's about 5 feet tall, and we were always told she'll be tiny. And she was little for the first several years of her life. She was the littlest of the children in the preschool and in grade school, but you would never know it today.